Okay, you guys, the moment that I've been looking forward to for a long time is finally here. We get to make an unboxing video of the Ocean Technology Systems Guardian Full Face mask. We have done a review video before, which is linked right here. And if you guys like this sort of content, you can always hit the subscribe button. You can even click that bell if you want to get notifications. So let's do it. You know what? It's a little too hot. I'm gonna move outside. Okay, this is a lot better. Let's do this. So right on top of the box, instructions for use, very important. Very well designed, by the way, like full color, not cheaping out. I like that. And then talking about not cheaping out, check this out. I feel like you can always tell a qualitative product when it comes in its own gear bag. That's not cheaping out. There's a wrench in there that's for the ports on the mask if you want to put a comm system or, you know, any of the other gadgets. That's how you would remove the port plugs. And then inside the bag. First item in the bag is our second stage regulator, wrapped in bubble wrap. Yeah, I chose the black one. I'm kind of a sucker for black, and doesn't this look beautiful? So that's immediately a very first important side note to make on this mask. It comes with its own second stage. That explains the price difference with the Spectrum, which is about half price, but you gotta provide your own second stage. Worth noting as well is that the exhaust ports are to the side. So when you're wearing the mask, the bubbles kind of vent to the side as opposed to in front of your own face, which is kind of a nice feature. So again, I chose for black. They come in all sorts of colors, blue, red, yellow. I think at one point there was a pink version, which I think they no longer do. But this is absolutely stunning, right? Again, on the inside of the visor, just like with the Spectrum, there's this little film as well that I almost missed again, which is particularly hard to get off. You do really want to protect the visor. It is a little bit sensitive, but check it out though. So some of the most immediate features on this mask, we have the ambient breathing valve right here, which kind of allows you to open that up at the surface, conserve your tank air, and just breathe the ambient air, which, by the way, doesn't really flood all that well. In case you go down with the valve open, you'll probably be fine unless you deliberately tilt this way. Other features that we notice, obviously we have the strap just like on the Spectrum. It's the exact same spider strap, and then on the inside we have the nose block. So where the Spectrum still allows you to sort of plug your own nose and equalize, the Guardian doesn't do that. You have a shelf that your nose is sitting on, and you have to press the bottom of the mask, effectively closing off your nostrils, and then blow against them. So equalizing takes a little bit of practice with this one, but you have the benefit that your whole mouth and nose are in this pocketed area, which it's not as uncomfortable as it sounds, to be really honest. So I've been diving this mask for about 2-3 years now, and I really still have to find things that I don't like. I think honestly the price point could be the hardest argument about, you know, it being a little bit high, but this is a lot of hardware for that price. The double skirt is a fantastic feature, makes a really good seal. I've never really had a leaking mask, and I've probably done easily 400 or 500 dives on these things. The surface air valve, you know, is a fantastic feature. It really, the minute you open it, it disables the regulator and you're not wasting any air. The regulator is fantastic. You do obviously have to have it serviced every year, but it runs so butter smooth. The visor, the field of view is really great. So I really recommend this. OTS did supply me with some additional parts that I was really curious to review. They do make some universal brackets for these things to come to attach your lights or other toys, and that is something that I haven't tried yet. So I'm kind of curious here to see what we're gonna get. It actually looks like it's going to require a lot less assembling than I had originally thought it would. So let's have a look. So this is supposed to be the universal bracket, which can be used to attach lights to the Guardian. So this is new territory for me as well. I don't really know how these things attach. There's a little pamphlet here with some instructions. So let's see if we can figure it out. This is actually really easy. So these brackets right here, they go on the visor, and then this clamp goes sort of, these two nuts engage behind the frame of the mask, and then we screw them in place. So that's actually pretty straightforward. I don't feel like I'm being super successful here. Like this thing always slides out of position. I think I have it. It's just that the way that these round elements sit over the rounded visor kind of makes that I'm unsure if it's really attached, but it does seem to be snug. So now we got to slide over the accessory holder, which is basically a very simple sort of hose clamp with a spring. So we are supposed to slide that over right here. And then there's these indents where we can sort of set the ring. There we go. And then we should fit our light. It's definitely designed for a much larger torch than what I have. So we're gonna have a lot of excess hose clamp here, but that's okay. Let's have a look. This looks phenomenal, right? I would have to say the hose clamp is really secure. It does feel secure. The only minor downside is maybe that I'd have to undo the hose clamp every time I have to charge the battery of the light, but that's more down to the design of this particular light rather than the clamp system. I really like how you can slide this up and down depending on the needs for your dive, or maybe if you want to add more lights. But to really give a proper judgment, I'd have to take it on some dives. Now, in a couple of weeks, we're going to on a SAGA trip to the cenotes in Mexico. It'll come in really handy, but this looks fantastic.